cleaning my apartment today, trying to keep everything normal for my kids. But the truth is, nothing feels normal right now. I have eviction court on Friday. I'm a single mom of 2 babies. I'm short on rent with no job at the moment. Every single day I wake up and I just try to figure it out. I'm applying for jobs. I'm posting content. I'm reaching out for brand deals. I'm doing everything I can think of to bring some money in. But the time is running out and the pressure is heavy. My kids are playing, they watching TV, they asking for snacks, and I'm over here cleaning while trying to figure.
I'm posting content. I'm applying for jobs. I'm posting content. We need to be double time on the jobs part. The content part, we can put that on the back burner right now.
Figure out how to keep a roof over their head. Can think of to bring some money in. But the time is running out and the pressure is heavy. My kids are playing, they watching TV, they asking for snacks, and I'm over here cleaning while trying to figure out how to keep a roof over their heads. I've cried all the tears. I've stressed so much where you can physically see it on my body. Stayed up numerous nights, no sleep at all. And I'm still trying to fix this. So right now I'm gonna say something that's a little bit uncomfortable for me. If 2,000 people send me $1, my kids stay in their home. Just $1. I understand that's like less than a coffee, it's like less than a snack, but for us right now, that $1 will change everything. Even if you can't give, please don't scroll. Sharing this video out helps more than you know. I'm not asking for luxury, not asking for any extras. I'm asking for stability for my children. I'm doing everything I can to stand back up. I just need a little bit of help right now. The link is in my bio. Thank you so much for listening.
I'm going to be honest. When you say that you're applying to jobs, I'm doing everything I can. I'm applying to jobs. I'm creating content. And I'm going after brand deals, which also links to content. What that shows is you're doing double as much things on the content side as you're doing on the job side. The content side is fun. Let's just be honest. That's fun. That's cool. You can do it from home. You can do it from your phone. You can just have fun. Just record yourself. The job part, And that's what it really seems like as far as what you're going after. Because actually, also, you're trying to crowdfund on the content side. So you're doing 3x on the content side, and you're doing 1x on the conventional job side. But you've decided to have multiple kids. So what makes you think you get to have multiple kids and single regular people have to work a job, but you actually have responsibilities and you just get to live the fun life and create content? Conventional thinking since the beginning of time is if you want to be able to chase your dreams and do all these type of things, then they would say, don't have kids and just do that. But we're seeing more and more people who are having kids, and then they think that that enables them to be able to do the fun things in life and try to become celebrities ultimately and TikTok sensations. And I find that amazing. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second and it's only a click. And it actually helps out more than you know. So it's just a click. Again, and also if you could hype as well.
Okay, y'all, so I already got everything packed. Holy Spirit keeps leading.
Her caption says, I'm about to get evicted, but the Holy Spirit still led me to make a video. Ask him for confirmation. She's got her Cash App, and she also has DM me for Apple Pay, so another beggar. And it says that she owes $3,135 due on May 1st.
Okay, y'all, so I already got everything packed. Holy Spirit keeps leading me and pushing me to make a video. If you don't believe me, ask him. And just know, like, I'm like very pissed because it's like, this is exactly why I did not want to move to Texas. It's because of this situation right here. Like, I'm about to get evicted. He keeps telling me to post a video, and I'm just irritated. On the screen is the amount I need. My Cash App is on the screen. Only if you feel led to so, and DM me if you want to Apple Pay. But I'm just mentally and spiritually tired and fed up. I don't get why God does this. I'm just very pissed because this is exactly why I said when he led me to move before I left my hometown, I said I don't want to move. I knew exactly this was going to happen. So if you feel led to so, just know I'm very grateful. And I'm just angry at him. Okay, y'all, so.
Oh, no. See, when she was saying him, she said, I didn't want to move in the first place, but he led me to move. I'm thinking she done moved in with her boyfriend or something. The whole time she's talking about the Most High. And she's pissed at the Most High, but yet wants help from the Most High. And it's now saying that he's telling you to make a confirmation. But you said he told you to move, and now you're pissed at him. So why are you listening to anything else if you're so pissed? Ma'am, just say this what you want to do. Now you're saying he asked you, he led you, he still led you. Listen, this is exactly what it says. I'm about to get evicted, but the Holy Spirit still led me to make a video. I didn't know she meant still led me to make a video because she's saying, well, last time you effed up. So now he still told me to make a video. So I'm going to trust this. But if you mess this up, Holy Spirit, now I'm really about to be upset at you. So now he's telling you to make a video, ultimately asking for people to donate to your Cash App and DM you Apple Pay. You sure that's what he's leading you to do? I think these are what you're leading to do. I think this is in you to want to do this. Because you could easily go look at scripture if you really want to be led so bad. And then that can actually guide your actions and guide your steps. And then you'll know you'll actually be moving in the right way and in the way that the Most High prefers. But I think that would directly contradict all the things that you've been doing that you ultimately wanted to do, and that has led you into this situation. Because you can work more. Trust me, that'll line up right what the Most High wants you to do. And you can dig yourself out of this situation and learn the lesson. It's incredible, man.
Hi, Divas. I just got a notice from my leasing office. Apologies in
Her caption says, literally just trying to pay my rent. They're threatening eviction.
advance because my washer is going, but I'm caught just as off guard as you guys are. I was minding my business, cleaning my apartment, and I get a knock at the door. It's a mail courier carrying a letter from the office to deliver to me. And now the reason this confused me is that A, I got the rent sorted out and paid the full amount of rent. B, they put a notice on my door the day after saying they were going to evict me because I hadn't paid my rent. I went all the way down to the office, confirmed that they weren't going to evict me and that they got my rent payment. And they said, yes, we did in fact get your rent payment. We are not going to evict you. And now I have another notice from them. So let's read this together, shall we? Dear tenant, our records indicate that the rent due and payable as of May 1st, 2026 is unpaid. Pursuant to ARS 331368B, we intend to terminate the rental agreement and your right to occupancy if the rent and other charges are not paid within 5 days after your legal receipt of this notice. It is already paid. Periodic rent, late fees, and other charges, if applicable, continue to accrue, and all accrued rent fees and charges must be paid in full. Your late payment must be made in the form required for late payments under the terms of your rental agreement. If the amounts due are not paid, an eviction action will be sought pursuant to ARS 331377. In addition to requesting possession of the premises, we will be seeking all amounts due, including attorney fees and court costs. So what I'm about to do is I'm about to sit down and I'm about to draft up an email with every recording of phone calls that I have, every recording of interaction with the office that I have, and I am going to bullet point every single point of this process because this is ridiculous. I have protected my credit so hard my entire life, and I will not have a late rent or missed rent payment hit my credit. I will not let it happen. I thought part 2 was the end of it, but apparently it's not. Hi, Diva.
You know what's crazy? Like, people are so antisocial. She'll do everything but just go down there to the office. If you want to record your interaction in the office, go right ahead. But it sounds like it could have just been an error. I believe, didn't she say she just paid it yesterday? Maybe they were already planning on doing this, but then you took care of it. So maybe they just made a mistake and didn't cancel it on time. Even that letter, it wasn't even saying that we've already taken action. It was a threat that we will if you do not pay it. If you said that you paid it, then all you would have to do is just go down there, give them a call, or go talk to them, clear it up. And then once you're there, you can say, okay, well, can you just send me an email confirming that moving forward, I'm in the clear, and that eviction notice that you put on my door or whatever was a mistake because you hadn't taken into account the fact that I already paid it yesterday or whatever, whenever I did. But instead, she's going to do all this other stuff, which I'm never going to be mad at somebody for leaving a paper trail. But it sounds like you were late first. So imagine how they felt. What if they were just ruminating? Oh, she thinks she playing. Oh, she thinks she's going to do us like this and she ain't going to pay our rent. And meanwhile, whatever your circumstance is that put you in that situation, but you still have the intention to pay it, What if they just demonized you like that and just made all these assumptions when it could have just been a mistake, or you might have just had a real life situation happen that you would want them to give you grace for, as it looks like they did when you went and paid it or whatever. She's just all emotional. She got scared, is what she did. And now, see, some people's reaction when they get scared is to then try to push blame and point all their fingers at other people instead of just being understanding and thinking that maybe they might have made a mistake. Or maybe they're scared that they won't get their rent.
I heard bitches was debating if I'm still one of them ones.
The caption says, and if you're not paying attention on your phone, some people like to just listen to me, so they like when I read out the captions because they're not really looking at it. You might want to see this, or you might not, actually. But the caption says, when you allegedly got evicted but still in the house.
I heard bitches was debating if I'm still one of them ones. Is the fruit roll up sticky? Nothing's changed over here. I heard bitches was debating if I'm still one of them ones.
You can't make this up. Do we need to talk about this for a second? Because it was a quick clip, but I feel like we might need to talk about this. Because if I'm not mistaken, this is a mother. This is a mother. A mother. Do you think that this can possibly be fit for raising children? Especially other young ladies? And this is what they're witnessing. Do you think they're going to be listening to what you say, or you think they're going to be watching how their mom dresses and ultimately how she carries herself? Which this is actually embarrassing. Fellas, imagine maybe you work with her or something. You're like, hey, let's go out. Let me take you out. And then she comes to the spot with this on. Depending, whatever your thirst level is, maybe you actually will appreciate it. But for people who actually take pride in the way that they're perceived and their reputation, and ultimately they look at everything that's around them as a reflection of them. This, you don't want to have this being a representation of you. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. There is nothing to be respected about this. Absolutely nothing. And this needs to be brought to the light. And see, people will come at me and be like, oh, why'd you post this? And you're trying to embarrass. I'm trying to embarrass. They posted this. I actually feel like it's my solemn duty to actually directly oppose it and to explain why this should not be tolerated whatsoever. This is, for lack of better words, gross. Especially when you put it into the context of this is a mother.
So we're gonna heal.
Her caption says, when the first half of 2026 should have broke you.
So we're gonna heal. We're gonna start again. You've brought the orchestra, synchronized swimmers. You're the magician. Pull me back together again the way you cut me in half. Make the woman in doubt disappear. Pull the sorrow from between my legs like silk, knot after knot after knot. The audience so.
Hey you guys, so I'm making this video, not one of my typical.
The caption says, I need your help. Alarm emoji. Please watch all the way through.
videos, but if you can, just stay all the way through to support in any way that you can. So I have permission to share this story. My friend, she is going through something very hard right now. She's facing eviction. She is a single mother and she needs help. So I'm doing everything that I can to figure out how I can help her.
She just put a caption while she was talking. And the caption says, "She didn't tell me until now, but she didn't want to be a burden on me."
She needs help. So I'm doing everything that I can to figure out how I can help her. We need resources. We are in the Birmingham, Alabama area. Like I said, she's facing eviction within, the next few days. That they're working with her to try to see, if she can be out by pretty much today or tomorrow where she can avoid having that eviction on her record. We have another apartment complex that's willing to accept her, but she has to pay.
Uh-oh, we got our first red flag. Really, we got our second red flag. The first red flag is she's coming on here begging on behalf of somebody else, which is probably actually on behalf of her. But see, what a lot of people try to do to dodge accountability and ultimately to dodge criticism now is they will make up stories. A lot of people have always been making up stories with their little begging things, but they'll make up stories now, which removes them from it as far as help my friend who's not here and who I don't have a picture of, who I don't have a name of. My friend needs help, but they're not willing to actually show themselves, but they'll accept whatever you give them. But give it to me, and I'll be the intermediary that then distributes it to them. Yeah, right. As well as, what was the second red flag? Urgency. Really? Evictions are typically very long and typically a lot harder on the landlords. So you have a lot of time to prepare. And they even give you time to make sure that it's just not an abrupt eviction and that you have time to move out before your stuff ultimately gets put out. So now here you come with the urgent situation of she's going to get put out in 1 or 2 days now. Really? They use urgency because they want to raise as much money as fast as possible for whatever their reasons are for trying to raise it, which may not actually be what their reasons may not actually be what they came on to say it was. It could be all type of other things. But ma'am, since you want to be so philanthropic and do things on their behalf, how about she doesn't have that many kids? You said she got one kid. Why don't you just let her come stay with you? And then she can split the bills with you. And that'll actually save you some money.
Out by pretty much today or tomorrow where she can avoid having that eviction on her record. We have another apartment complex that's willing to accept her, but she has to pay her down payment plus the first month's rent. A backstory to this, she lost her job unlawfully last year, so she went from making a steady income to making $0. And she fell behind on her rent, on her bills. She is working now, but of course, if you know anything about trying to play catch up, it is so hard to just catch up once you fall behind, when you are a one income household. It's just her and her kid. And yeah, I just wanted to come on here to see, at this point, I prayed about it and I'm doing, what I can do to help her. I will do anything when it comes to my friends and my family to help them, get into a better situation. But, we need help. We need help. She needs the money so she can be in a new place with her kid. And
That's why I watch what people do. I don't watch what people say. I'll do anything for my friends, except let them come stay with me. She can avoid the eviction if she can just come stay at your house right now. She can move all her stuff out. She's got a job. It's nothing for her to just pay for her storage unit. Listen, we do what we must in times of crisis. There's people in other countries living in huts. So if y'all have a box, air mattresses exist. Shoot, the military, they live in the barracks. I recommend a lot of people who come on here and end up getting evicted because they took on more than they can handle. I think that people need to get a better relationship with being willing to stay at a studio apartment. I don't care if you have 2 or 3 kids. If you can't afford a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartment, or it's going to make it to where you can't keep something for yourself at the end of the month to be able to ensure that you're ready for emergencies that are guaranteed to happen in life, then you need to have a studio apartment and you just need to be very organized and run it like some military barracks or something. Why do we feel like everybody's entitled to a room? If you don't have the room, if you don't have the apartment, you see families living in cars. But then there's a cognitive dissonance, and all of a sudden, we can't all live in a studio apartment.
Yeah, whatever you guys can do, let me know in the comments if you have resources. We are in Birmingham, Alabama. If you have resources, any contacts, please drop that information. If you can support monetarily, please, I'll link something in my bio to help her. But guys, thank you for listening this far. Whatever you can do to help, it will count. Thank you so much. Bye.
It is 6:55 a.m. and my shift is about to begin.
Her caption says, "Faith is our currency. Almost a year homeless with kids."
It's 6:55 a.m. and my shift is about to begin. Last week, my leasing company reached out to me regarding how many times I've been late on my rent, and my apartment was being jeopardized of me losing it. He informed me a couple of days ago that I needed to have my rent in on time to avoid a late fee. If a 3-day notice was issued, it could not expire because I will remain on the eviction list. I've worked so hard to get off the streets. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything at all that you see that I have now, and I don't have much. I was eating out of the trash cans, but I never made an excuse, and I got up every single day washing up in these public sinks to start my day and trying to find a place of employment and permanent housing. And I did that. I never put myself in that position, but I had to get myself out of working 80 to 100 hours. I don't even know how I was continuing on. I had so much fire in my soul to just keep going. Everyone had given up on me and didn't care about me and was trying to get my grandson taken. Just was so much. It was so much. So I've been working and just trying to get over this hump. The job loss really put a financial burden on me. My paycheck was $480 this week. Minus the payday loans, I had $172. $164.92 just went to my phone bill because it was just off. I have $14 left to my name until my next payday. I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna make it. I just hate living like this. That's all, y'all. I'm proud to say I am covered for this month for rent. We made it. It is 6:55 a.m. and
We're going to have to get real for a second. We're going to have to get a little bit real for a second. Because it's funny. I have a friend of mine that keeps sending me pop the balloon clips and stuff. And one thing I noticed when I watched it was you will have a guy show up in the lineup who is clearly a good guy, clearly stable, clearly got his head on straight, man of God, no tattoos, clean cut, looks like he wouldn't hurt a fly. And they get popped on immediately before you can even hear anything that comes out of their mouth. Then another guy will come, and there will be a guy who clearly looks like he's not settling down anytime soon. And then they'll open their mouth, and then it'll be even further clear that they're not settling down anytime soon. And they even look a little dangerous, a little unstable. And all of a sudden, everybody will be holding on to the balloon. Not one pop, and they'll all be competing for a dude that doesn't even look like he's looking for a long time. He just looks like he's looking for a good time. And so what I noticed on this show is there's a lot of guys that are eligible suitors that are looking for love and looking to actually be that to provide for a woman and actually treat them right and how they say they would like to be treated, but then they get overlooked for the most fickle and trivial reasons, i.e., you're 5'6". So now all of a sudden, So I say that to say, you're dealing with all this. You got kids. You decided to have kids. The way that we used to mitigate against this is that people used to come together, and then all of a sudden it becomes very easy to be able to make sure that you're stable and sustainable month after month, year after year, and ultimately for a lifetime. But you have to want that, because what I've often found is that people will compromise, act pleasant, and ultimately harmonize themselves at their job because they know that they need it for survival. And so no matter what BS that they have to endure, they will make sure that they operate in harmony in order to maintain the relationship and ultimately maintain their employment. But do people think that they need a relationship that bad, the same way they need their job, which I would argue is much more sacred and much more permanent and much more ultimately important? Are we looking at relationships like that? Are we looking at men like that? Like, I need you, let me harmonize myself with you so that I can ensure that we can continue a stable and sustainable situation for the rest of our lives where we can depend and count on each other? I don't see that. And so when I see people get extra opinionated and take up moral stances and principle stances for things that are actually in their best interest, but they take up principles against the thing in their best interest and ultimately against the thing that they were designed to rely on, then at that point, I don't overlook it. And I know that it exists. And I know that a lot of times this is why you're struggling. And this was your choice, along with you having kids and not making sure you had that and not making sure you harmonize yourself to make sure you can sustain that.
Sorry, let me make a better video because
Her caption says, update, landlord filed eviction and lost. Now I'm suing her.
court definitely, I know, pissed her the hell off. So I've been telling my landlord before she even got to the point of trying to evict me, because she literally just doesn't like how I've been standing up for my baby and making all the other drunks and criminals in her house feel uncomfortable. I told her, I'm like, bro, you can go through the court, you have to go through the court process. I've been trying to show her the legal way because she's been so confused. She didn't know how to do nothing. So I'm like, even if she does do it the legal way, she's going to end up losing because she didn't even know that she had to go through the eviction. She can't just illegally evict people. But I get to court, she states how I haven't paid rent for the month of April, all these police reports and stuff like that, just lying. And I get up there, I say one simple fact: I paid rent up until April 16th, and the judge dismissed it because by Georgia law, you accept the rent, that dismisses the whole case. Your whole point is invalid. She walked out. Oh, well, wait, what am I supposed to do then? I can't tell you. That's why we advise a mediation. But she thought she knew so much, and look at her. Now she's mad.
We just got a 60.
The caption said, my MIL just evicted us, which I assume stands for mother-in-law.
We just got a 60-day eviction notice from my mother-in-law.
So we have
Crazy.
60 days to get out with almost nothing.
Zero, nada.
No backup, no savings.
How you don't got no savings?
It's okay though.
Listen, if it was both of y'all and y'all were living on your own, I would still be like, how you don't got no savings? And it's both of y'all. But then you add the extra context that you've been living with your parents ultimately, both of y'all, and y'all don't have a savings, even under those circumstances. I have to hear why. I would assume maybe laziness, but I hope they'll disclose that.
No backup, no savings.
No support.
Nothing.
It's okay though.
No support.
Tell them what you said when we first got it.
Most of the time, I don't sweat these type of things.
That's the
but
problem.
If there's one thing I have learned in all my 29 years is that you can always take an L and turn it into a
W.
Okay. But I'm Opie.
I'm Kylie.
And we are a married couple with 3 children. I just want to stress we're not playing victim.
We're figuring this out day by day.
Faith.
How?
Mindset. Action.
This is day 1. So follow us along for the journey. Comment below your biggest struggle right now. And any support helps. So like, share, comment, follow, save, and
we'll see you in the next one.
So here's the thing. This comes down to poor leadership. I would want to ask the woman, ma'am, what did you see in this man's leadership capabilities to where you decided that you were just about to bear 3 children for him? What did you even see in you all's financial stability that you all were ready to bear 3 children? And then you ended up moving in with your parents. And then even in moving in with your parents, you still didn't save any money. Where did the money go? Is he working? Listen, because here's the thing. I understand you have 3 kids, but with an effective strategy and an effective plan, with one person working, which he needs to be working a job per kid. So he got 3 kids. He needs to be working 3 jobs, full-time jobs. Full-time jobs. He doesn't get to be comfortable in the house watching SpongeBob on Netflix with you and the kids. I don't think he's doing whatever it takes to provide for his kids. And for me, that's despicable, especially when you're married and this woman is with you. And by the way, I'm making some assumptions, but I don't really care to hear his excuses because you're married. There's some brothers out here with 3 kids and they don't have a support system, but they still got to take care of them kids. You got a woman that's here supporting you, and you could tell she's supporting him. She's supporting him, it looks like, in his laziness. So I think that's crazy. Goodness forbid something even happened to him. Who thinks he got life insurance? Who thinks he even has life insurance? You don't get to be comfortable, dude. He looks like he spends more time making sure his hair is curling his hair to look cute, than actually strapping up his boots and getting to work and getting in the mud and getting his hands dirty. So I that's what I'm curious about. What made you think that you was ready to be the leader of a family of 4 or 5, her and 3 kids? I feel bad, and I hope that he gets it together because he's about to be 30. He's about to be 30. But he doesn't like to get his hands dirty. So ultimately, you're unworthy. But y'all, we'll leave it there for today. If you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second, and it actually helps out more than you know. And also, if you could hype the video. Hype is a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button and it shows the points. And since I am a smaller creator, a smaller channel, we actually get more points per hype. And hype was designed for smaller channels, so that's why. But if you run across a video and you don't see the hype button, then it's probably been over 7 days. And hype usually vanishes after 7 days. So that's why. So because of that, it's usually best practice to just go ahead and hype while the iron is hot on a newer video, if you so choose to hype. As well as if you want to become a member, you should see the join button right here on the video. And what joining the DXU family would come with is you would get membership badges next to your comments whenever you leave a comment. So people would be able to see that you're a member, as well as you would get early access to content. And you would also get exclusive content that is not available for the rest of the general public. So if you want to become a member, again, the join button is on the video. But again, I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks.